Hi everyone, welcome back to another Calculus 12 video. Today we're doing higher derivatives, and I'll just run through the basics behind it here. If we have some function y equals f of x, then first derivative we've already done, and you're familiar with this, right? The only new thing is that whatever you get as a result of your first derivative, you can also take the second and the third derivative of the same function. That's it for the idea. And the other thing that I wanted to draw your attention to is, again, the different notation. So if we had, for second derivative, if we have f double prime of x, then that's the same thing as in this notation of saying d dx of dy dx, which ends up looking like this, d squared y of dx squared. And this shows you how we got to that, the thing that's in the box there. And other than that, everything else is kind of just review of what we've done before. So I think going through one quick example will likely be enough for you to get the concept here. So if it says given f of x equals this function here, find the first three derivatives. Okay, so we just do exactly what we've learned how to do with derivatives, and this is a pretty straightforward one where we can just apply the power rule to each term. So we see that when we take the derivative of the first one, so right here, we're just going to get 12x squared using the power rule. When we get to our second term here, we see that it's plus 2, and the third term is gone because it's just a constant. When we do the same thing to take the second derivative of this, when I take the derivative of this term, I just get 24x. And now the plus 2 again was a constant, so I have nothing to worry about. And now when I take the third derivative of this, I can see that when I apply the power rule, I simply get 24 for my third derivative. I guess that's not my only answer. They all are my answer. So these are all the first three derivatives of this function. The only way this could change is if I change the original function. So yeah, we could have a quotient rule example in there. We could have a product rule example. But know that you still do the same thing. It's just basically you taking the derivative 3 times instead of 1 time, how we've been practicing for all the sections leading up to this. That is it. So here's your work that I've suggested. Again, I've said 1 to 5 and 7 all, but you decide. If you are going through the questions and you find you've gotten the hang of it, there's no need to do like 10 or 12 of the same thing. You can skip and do odd letters, or just skip to the ones at the end if you like for each of the questions.